It's important to understand that, especially in the time we live, you must make sure anytime you're investing in things that are verifiable, they are proven, and they are legal. Guys, you must understand that in this time, there are very legitimate ways by which you can just be patient, you will make money, and you will build a life of meaning and value for yourself. And I want to let you understand something. Just listen to this. Here is why LSCC is considered a scam. We live, you must realize that there is no way you are going to make progress through using quick means. You must be wise, you must be intelligent in this time, you must be aware of what is happening. And what really you need to understand is, especially during times of economic uncertainty, during times when it feels like the economy is not doing the best, or it feels like people's personal and private economy is not doing the best, that is the time when scams tend to become exceedingly aggressive. You must understand. Listen, let me share with you a very interesting story here. Now, I came to America in the year 2000, and when I came, I was sharing an apartment with one of my best friends up until date, Elvis Tabukum. He lives out of Minnesota. And each time I share this story, we laugh about it so much. And as we came to America, we started working as nursing assistants, right, in a nursing home. And of course, there was a lot of work at that time. We could do as many hours as we wanted to. And we were young, 22, 23 years old. Boy, we were hitting 16-hour shifts like nobody's business. We were paid handsomely too, relative to the kind of work we did at that time. We were paid about $12, $13 an hour. And if you do a double shift, that is time and a half, right? That keeps you where? Right about 6.5 plus 13. That leaves you somewhere about $19.50 an hour. So as we kept going at the hungry youth we were, we kept looking for different opportunities, which we can also lose to make money. Because sometimes when we come back from work during the day, because we used to work the day shift, so when we come back from work, from working a 6 to 2 p.m. shift, a lot of times the rest of the evening till the next morning, we don't really have much to do. So we said, hey, you know what? Why don't we find something we could be doing during those times when we've left our 5 to 9 to 5 job, and we could make some extra money. So lo and behold, one day we went into the mailbox and I saw this beautiful package that came from a company that is supposedly giving you a chance to work from home, okay? And so I opened this package, I read through the package, and I called Elvis. I said, hey, bro, we might be sitting on a wonderful opportunity here, actually. We have a company here that actually hires people to work from home. And in those days, work from home wasn't a very common concept. You need to understand, this is the year 2000, right? Working from home was an anomaly. It wasn't something that was common, and people really didn't understand that concept. But to us, it makes sense because number one, we will go to our regular jobs in the morning from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the days when we don't have to do a double shift from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the night, we will come back home at 2, and then we can work on this side hustle, which is a work from home program, and we will make money. And so when I opened the package, we started looking at the rules of the business. It seemed very simplistic, easy. All you had to do was these guys actually would send you some envelopes and some mails and stamps, and all you had to do was fold the document, put it in the envelope, seal the envelope, put a stamp in it, and just take it to the post office. Boy, I mean, think about it for a second. How easy could money be to make, right? And they even gave us information about the estimated time it would take to fold the document, put it in the envelope, and put a stamp on it. And it was averaging about 45 to a minute. And they told us some of their really quick workers could do about 60 envelopes an hour. So Elvis and myself, 23 years old, young, vibrant, hungry, just coming from the great continent of Africa, we're trying to make money quick. We thought, but this is a wonderful opportunity. Why don't we, instead of going to work double shifts, it doesn't make sense. Why don't we stick with this? We come back from work after 8 hours, take a little break. We can sit on this thing, and in 5 hours, each of us could produce 300 envelopes. And for each of the envelopes, we put the document in, we seal, we take to the post office. I think they paid like $1 or $2 or something like that. So basically, if you do 300, that is $300 we're making from the comfort of our home without putting too much effort and without necessarily worrying about the wear and tear on our body. So that deal sounded very good. I mean, if it was you, wouldn't it sound good to you? But here is the deal. There was one thing they requested for us to enroll in that program. The enrollment fee was $75 a person. Not too much money, not a big deal. We're making $13 an hour. We can come up with 17 bucks. So my friend and I, we decided we wanted to enroll in the program. That is cheap. Enroll in the program for $75, which basically gives you a chance to make $300 extra every day. Boy, we sent in the application. We sent in our $75. They requested that we also send in some photocopies of some documents to show that we are legal in America, things like that. And we sent all that stuff in. They received our money. They cashed the check. But here is even the kicker. They didn't abandon us immediately. They sent us now a package explaining to us now what the deeper process really involved. And as we read through that package over and over the instructions, we realized that the instructions took us around a circle and came back to the same place. I read it. I gave it to my friend. I said, Elvis, read this for me. Maybe I'm not understanding. Boy, I mean, I just graduated from the University of Yaoundé with a bachelor's degree in law. I'm a smart guy. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a genius, but I can understand plain English. When I read these instructions, Elvis, these instructions is taking me back to the same spot. And it really doesn't give us clarity as to how we proceed and how we get paid. And Elvis read it, thought about it, and we said, okay, there's a customer service number on that thing. Let's call. We called the customer service number. The next day, somebody picked it up. A lady talked to us with, I could tell she's not really from the US because her English wasn't good. Not that her English wasn't good, but you could tell she was from one of the customer service places from out of America, right? Because even when we asked her, she accepted that she was, I think, in Vietnam or somewhere. And she talked to us and she explained to us the process, and it was the same thing. But she wouldn't answer the key questions, how we get paid and things like that. Long and short of the story, we thought about it for 2 days and we realized, boy, we have been scammed. We have been scammed. And the reason why we got scammed is because, number one, we were greedy. We thought we could make $300 extra by putting some papers in an envelope, sealing it, putting a stamp, and go put it on the post office and they pay us. Number two, we were emotional because we got caught by what is in it for us without asking ourselves what is in it for the other person. Now listen here, why do I share this story? I want to give you a little bit of context of what I'm going to talk about today. You must understand that behind every scam or every scammer is somebody, number one, who is being greedy and wants to go fast, wants to use the elevator to success, or number two, somebody who is emotionally naive and they pry on your sentiments and confuse you. So let me play a video here and you'll see what I'm trying to say. Let me explain something here. Let me play a video here.
To be the rock that can never suffer, that can never fail. Father, be the foundation of this country. Be the foundation of this business. We want you to be our beginning. We want you to be our end.
In that video, you can see some people actually praying, which is a good thing. I am a big believer in the Almighty. I am a Christian by faith. I believe there is God. I believe Jesus is part of my faith. And we pray to a supreme being who is God, right? And of course, it is a good and fair thing for them to be praying. But you can tell exactly that part of the reason many people were brought into this business and they didn't take the time to understand what the business is the fact that they were dragged into that emotional connection of God is going to make it happen. When we pray together, we go together and all that stuff. Not a bad thing. And again, I want to say this. I am speaking here because I've taken some time to do research on this business. And there is all indication, including all the videos online of people who put in money and never got paid, that this is a scam business. It is clearly one. right? Listen here. Are you an ambitious first to second generation immigrant feeling stuck like you are doing everything by the rules, playing by the books, but you still feel behind on your purpose, your dreams, and your pocketbooks? My name is Gustav B. Achu. I'm a speaker, I'm an author, investor, and a legacy architect. I have created a private WhatsApp community just for people like you, driven individuals, ambitious who want to discover their purpose, build serious wealth, and leave a lasting legacy. Inside that community, you will learn how to break free from frustration and underachievement. You will unlock your unique purpose, the design and clarity on the destiny that you have. You will grow wealth through smart investing strategies and leveraging the stock market, which is the number one wealth building machine today. And you will build a legacy that matters for generations because it's not talk. You will get access to a powerful resource, real life strategies, and connect with others on that same journey. If you want to gain clarity and have a clear path to progress, then you know what? You have to tap in the link below and join the WhatsApp community today. Your breakthrough, your purpose, your wealth and legacy are awaiting you on the inside. So don't miss that moment. Join us. One, I did a quick Google search on it and it says multiple sources, including the Better Business Bureau and Reddit threads, have identified the lightning shared scooter company LSSC as suspected scam operating like a Ponzi scheme. And a Ponzi scheme basically is, how does a Ponzi scheme work? A Ponzi scheme only makes money from the old people. So when the old people come in and pay some money, you are encouraged to bring other people, and the people who come after you, the money they pay, they use that money to pay you. And so a Ponzi scheme perpetuates until they have less people coming relative to how much they have to pay. That is when usually Ponzi schemes fall. And I want to let you understand something. Just listen to this. Here is why LSCC is considered a scam. There is no evidence of real scooters or rental operations, despite claims of scooter rental business. There is no proof of actual scooters or legitimate rental infrastructure. Users invest in scooters that are supposedly rented out, but the earnings likely come from new investors, not actual business revenue. Understand that. Emphasis on recruitment. Participants are pushed to recruit new investors to advance in the system and unlock higher earning potential, a hallmark of a Ponzi scheme. Unusual app distribution, changing domains. Now, the LSSC app is not available on official app stores and must be downloaded from a website, which is a red flag. There is the Google App Store, there is the Samsung App Store. It's not available on those. Untraceable payment methods. Payments often involve cryptocurrency so that it is not traceable, and third-party payment platforms making transactions difficult to trace and potentially enabling tax evasion, according to Reddit users. No legitimate customer service or transparency. Sources report a lack of verifiable contact information, customer service, and financial transparency. And in all clarity, let me say this here. I am not speaking in the air. I know what I'm talking about. I have led a network marketing business for 3 years, one of the fastest growing and one of the most successful network marketing companies in Central Africa, Nature's Gift for Life. We were distributing natural health products. I opened the business in Nigeria, in Congo, in Gabon, in Central Africa, in Equatorial Guinea. I was the director of marketing. And this is how multi-level marketing works. Multi-level network marketing is legitimate business. The way it works is simple. The money that is used to pay bonuses to the distributors are monies that traditionally would have been used to advertise the product on radio, on TV, and on other marketing channels. So instead of using that money for traditional marketing, they use the money to pay distributors, because the distributors who distribute the products and who recruit other people to distribute, that is already a marketing channel. That is how they pay. And number two, any verifiable network marketing or multi-level marketing business, anybody invites you to join, the first question you have to ask yourself, how are you going to make the money to pay me? Number one. Are they rendering a service? Are they rendering a product? Is this real? Have you experienced the product? Have you seen the product? And then you can always go and do a little bit of due diligence. There is information with a little bit of Google searches that I did. Even the Better Business Bureau doesn't recognize this business. And you have to understand during times of economic challenges like now, when a lot of people are losing their jobs, people are being laid out from their jobs, that is when all these scam businesses tend to rise. So you must understand that this is not a path to success for you. You are not going to use the elevator to get to the top, right? Now you must also understand that anytime the business is too involved with insisting on you bringing and recruiting people, then there is a challenge. The fundamental product of the business itself or the service of the business itself has to be able to generate income, at least for you to get a percentage of what you make, of what you generate as business for that company. Anytime the insistence is too much on bringing people, there is a challenge here. And I say this because I understand how these businesses work. A few years ago, there was one in the African community, especially here in the US, where you would come, I think, with $4,000 or something, and you will bring three other people who come, and then you will get $14,000. And somebody was bold enough to come with that option to me. And the first question I asked the person, the $14,000 that I'm going to be paid, where is that coming from? I didn't see where it was coming from. So automatically to me, it didn't make sense, right? So that is something you need to pay attention to. But now the question is this: why do people still fall for these scams? Why do people still get involved in things that don't make sense like this? It's important to understand that, especially in the time we live, you must make sure anytime you're investing, you are investing in things that are verifiable, they are proven, and they are legal. And one of the things I noticed with the people who listen to me quite a bit, with our people, with immigrants, especially in this country, immigrants are always trying to do complex things when the easiest things is the path to what they want. The same people who would take $10,000 to go invest in this business, which is called LSC, thinking they'll be getting some money coming in every month or something. If I told those same people that with $10,000, if you had invested that in April, when the S&P 500 dropped by about 30% because Donald Trump announced tariffs, and today the S&P has recovered that 30% and grown by another 10 or 12% at an all-time high, you would have made about maybe another $2,000 on your money or something. They would probably have not accepted. But the irony is that the S&P 500 is secured. It is on the US stock market. The LSC, nobody knows that business. It's not even registered in most of the countries it operates from. That's the reason why they have you pay, and they only pay you through cryptocurrency, because they don't have legitimate accounts. They cannot have the tax organizations and the government chase them for tax purposes. That's why they do that. Guys, you must understand that in this time, there are very legitimate ways by which you can just be patient, you will make money, and you will build a life of meaning and value for yourself. Hey guys, in addition to all the valuable information I bring to you every week on my videos and my short videos on different platforms, especially here on YouTube, I also have a community of over 2,000 like-minded, serious and driven people who, like you, are receiving exclusively this time a newsletter once a week. And this information in the newsletter is unique, and it only goes to those people who are part of the newsletter community. So if you're interested in getting this once a week update, which includes different tips, different ideas on how to build yourself, how to generate wealth, how to make money, how to build a legacy, go ahead and click down in the link in the description, and you'll be able to join our newsletter community. And when you join that community, you would realize exactly how much value that brings to you on a weekly and daily basis. Let's get back to regular programming. I feel bad each time I watch these things come up, because I ask myself, why are people so naive? Why are people so naive? Let nobody come and fool you. It is not easy to make financial progress in your life. It is not. It takes a concentrated effort. It takes a certain amount of patience. It takes a little bit of time to build to that. I always wonder why people are always so much in a hurry. Because if you don't have time to do it well, where are you going to get the time to do it over? I want you to understand what I'm saying here. If you don't have time to do it well, if you don't have time to understand how investments work, if you don't have time to just do a little research to realize that the best path to wealth, especially if you are living in this part of the world, is through the US stock market. Period. Simple, easy, straightforward. Do you use an Apple phone? Buy Apple stocks. Do you use a Samsung phone? Buy Samsung stocks. If you don't want to buy independent companies, buy an ETF, an exchange traded fund. Buy an index fund. It averages 10% a year. And in a few years, you are going to be comfortable. You have something that is proven, is secured, is backed up. You are not going to get into no scam stuff. Guys, we must get serious here. Why would you take your hard-earned money that you've suffered hard to make, and maybe you are even out of a job now, and instead of using that money to maybe come and pay for some classes to learn how to invest on the stock market, or to learn how to develop other sources of income, other streams of income, you want to take it to go invest in some business because somebody told you at church that that business can generate you some money. I watched a video a young man put up here on Instagram. I felt bad. This guy was crying like a baby because his grandmother, who he loves very much, and his grandma loves him, his grandma went and put $50,000 in LSSC or whatever they call it. His grandmother always told him everything she did. But this time, she told him after she had put it in that a friend at church told her to invest in the business. Guys, be careful. Get serious here. Especially if you are in your 30s, you are in your 40s, you don't have time no more. I am 48 years old. I'll be 49 years in March. I know what I'm talking about. Get serious. Don't joke. Don't do stupid things. Don't do things that don't make sense. You are not going to use an elevator to success. No, you are not. You are not. It's going to take slow, careful, consistent investment on simple things that are going to help you. And of course, for the victims, I feel sorry. I don't want to add pain to your wound, but I'm just telling you that you have to own up to and take accountability for such kind of actions. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Especially the people living in the part of the world where they can participate in a stock market. Whether you're living in Europe, you're living in Asia, you're living in America or Canada, where you can participate in a stock market, where you can buy shares of legitimate companies. Take advantage of that. Even if you want to start a business of your own, do that. But don't lose your money like that. Don't lose your money so carelessly. So be well, be blessed, and by all means, man, never stop being a blessing to somebody. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening. If it is morning for you, wherever part of the world you are, have a great morning. If it's afternoon, have a good afternoon. And I will see you again pretty soon. Bye for now.